Right. Welcome to the Wealth on Autopilot Masterclass. This is a very exciting time for us because both Elise and I have come together to really start sharing our journey about what we're doing with trading and really focusing on women to help empower you to start your own trading journey or to pivot into the system that we are using and learn how to trade in a safer, more supported environment, right? So we'll share our story in a second, but firstly, thank you so much for joining us. We are thrilled to have you. Because we are going to be sharing a lot of information about financial information, trading, we just firstly want to say that we have to cover our compliance, which is a risk disclaimer. So I'm just going to quickly read through this so you understand that trading and using Forex tools and software to assist you in trading carries a high level of risk. Only trade with the capital you can afford to lose. And this is not a solicitation to invest. The information we present in this video is for informational purposes only. And you should evaluate your risk tolerance and personal financial situation before trading. This is not financial advice. And if ever in doubt, just consult your own personal licensed financial advisor. Okay. All right. So before we get started, who are we? If you haven't met me before, we are meeting a lot of new women. So I'll just introduce myself. I am Kerry Dutton. I'm a business coach. I've been a chartered accountant for 15 years. And I'm an accounting expert, right? I decided to go down the accounting profession and become a chartered accountant because I just knew in my core that if I understood money, at some point I would know how to build wealth, right? And money makes the world go round. So I invested my professional career learning about money, business, auditing businesses who are listed on the stock exchange, looking at investments and doing a lot of the work to make sure the financial results were correct, right? So I'm a money expert. I have my own podcast called Her Money Vibe, and I'm a mum of two boys. I've got a 3-year-old and a 9-year-old. And I started my business in 2016 when basically my 3-year-old was missing his mum. And I was so super stressed trying to get him to work, get to work away from home while I was trying to potty train him and all the stuff, all the teething, all the times that I had to be there as a mum, I had to work away. So it was in that moment I decided enough's enough. Like there's got to be a better way for women who have children to build wealth. And, I just decided I had to go and start my own business and really share my knowledge of accounting and help women create their own business, right? So that's what I've been doing, and more recently discovered another way to add more income into my life, and that is through trading and investing. Yay! And that's when I met Elise. So Elise and I both have a very similar passionate mission, and this is why we've come together. We've created our group, Women Trading Wealth, and we are here presenting to you to share really like the insights into why we are doing this and how we believe it is something that every woman can do. So that's my story. I'll hand over to Elise now.
Oh, Carrie, thank you so much. That was so beautiful. I feel like I get realigned back into our vision every time you explain it, right? So I love that about this ability to meet incredible people on the internet. Like how amazing, what an opportunity. Anyway, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Elise Alexander, and I am a wealth mindset business coach. I am also a speaker as well as an investor. And like a little bit about me that kind of really just connects of why this is so important to me and why education is such a passion of mine is because I really saw the benefit of what money could do really early on in life, but I also saw what it could hurt you with and what it could leave you with if you didn't understand it. And a lot of the men in my life really, really were big about focusing just on money, just how to make it, just how to figure it out. And I realized that they were willing to trade their health and everything else with it just to be able to say that they were a millionaire. And I saw that, and instantly, like, it just didn't fit with me. It just didn't fit with my alignment on how I wanted to choose to heal in my life, as well as make more money. Because the image of women making money and being spiritually aligned, Carrie, you can admit this was very, very recently that this came to exist, that women were allowed to be too much. We were allowed to start to do what we wanted, have choice of freedom, and pick what we did with it. So when the idea came about of passive income and residual income, I was like, ooh, me. And I started to process through, right? Like, I tried Amazon, I tried e-commerce, and nothing else worked for me. And I knew that with community, with leveraging of the largest platforms that make money in the world, with the education of other people who were smarter than you, that you could get there. So I leveraged the idea of financial freedom, of the wealth journey, and realized how much people needed to not only believe that they were capable of making more money than they had ever made in their whole life, but then to be able to sustain it, which is what makes Carrie and I special, is we not only teach you how to make it, we teach you how to sustain it, which is even more important because 90% of the people that make it can't sustain it. So I also learned how to start manually investing because I knew that that would continue to create the sustainability train. So I automate, I invest, as well as I coach and speak. So that is my story.
Awesome. So beautiful. So yeah, that's pretty much our story. And this is going to give you a good insight into seeing, like, if you see parts of yourself in us, and you can see our bigger mission behind why we're doing this, right? So what we're going to cover today is really want to give you a lot of value first, and really make sure that you first have lots of notes. You feel free to take notes throughout this presentation. We want to go through why you use trading to build your wealth strategy. We want to, give you information on how to build true wealth. We're going to go through what investor style are you, so that you can decide which style of trading is best for you. We're also going to look at how to think like a seven-figure earner, and what are the ways to go about getting started. And also we're going to share with you the marketplace platform we use, and also some of the results the women traders are getting using the software and being in our community. So I hope this is something that resonates with you. Firstly, what we want to say is we want you to have a moment here where you give yourself permission to play big, right? Investing is a very new area for a lot of women, and a lot of the time we diminish who we are because it's uncomfortable. We don't want to start anything new. So if you are investing, amazing, you've like jumped in and started creating your own wealth plan. And, if you haven't started, then it is definitely, this presentation hopefully will give you some insights into why you need to start and start thinking about growing and expanding. Okay. So our promise is to really just help give you information so you can avoid all the wealth building mistakes and learn how you can build money, let money work for itself, and become the fun words, be a lazy millionaire, right? But we're just being playful here because, we all have to start somewhere, and we're going to show you how true wealth can be built with small actions over time, right? So if you stay to the end, we will show you how to easily get started with trading and how to get your wealth plan sorted, right? And also, just to be upfront, that to get started with what we are doing, the first initial investment is $199 to subscribe to the investing platform that we are sharing, and also a setup fee. So I just want to be upfront and let you know that, yes, obviously, when you invest, you need your own funds to invest, and then you also need the software to plug into. And our software is a subscription. That is the amount, so you can just rest assured that's already there. We're sharing that with you now so you can start switching over to like listening to all the rest of the information we're sharing with you, and happy to answer any questions at the end of the call. All right. And also want to say that we give our new starters a demo account. So you get to play with the software for 30 days, 6 weeks, whatever, to test how it's working before you invest your own money in your own account. So you're not handing money to us, you're not handing money to anyone. Your money is secured in your own broker account and attached to the software. So that is how it works. We will answer any other questions throughout the presentation. So just want to say, as a woman, a business owner, someone who's been a single mum, and gone through my own, divorce and babies and changes in life from corporate to building my own business, that I've seen just about everything. And I know you're not alone, that often women feel trapped in the 9 to 5, worrying about bills, how to get ahead, living payday to payday. It is a real struggle because we have not been taught the system to get true freedom, right? So we're showing you how to get from the struggle of, worrying about payday to payday, or having your saved funds and not knowing what to do with it to grow, right? And the thing is that the banks are not paying you to save. They are actually using your money to invest in the markets overnight. So why don't you learn to invest and earn the profits that they are taking? You also may have been led by fear and not stepped into investing or learning the actual tools to invest, to grow wealth and gain wealth, right? I've heard a lot of women start trading and investing, but they'll put their money into, a product or a coin and not really know how to use it. And that's not wealth building. So we're going to teach you how to invest, how to use the tools, how to access your money, how to improve it, how to adjust your risk profile, and really truly give you the knowledge to grow wealth in a sustainable way, right? If you are also someone who has a desire to turn the crippling debt and shame and nagging financial worry upside down, then stay on board, because we're going to share with you some strategies to grow money on autopilot, right? So firstly, before we get started, I'd like you to think about your goals, because this is going to be important for us when we go through the presentation. I want you to think about what you want to achieve in 90 days, right? What do you currently think is achievable for you in 90 days if you were to think about investing, right? So in 90 days, you could learn to trade. In 90 days, you could start building more money and having money work for itself. You could just energetically making the decision to trade and start embodying your financial IQ. You can absolutely become a money attractor, right? It happens when you lift your vibration and when you start taking control of things in your life, that every area of your life starts improving. So write down what you want to achieve in 90 days. And then also want you to think about the future, because this is important, because we're going to share with you in a second what the projection could look like for you in 5 years. So firstly, what do you want to achieve in 5 years, right? Think about it. For me, I know becoming a 7-figure earner is my goal, and that wealthy people have multiple streams of income, right? So for me, this allows me to add an extra stream of income or multiple streams of income into my life. It also allows me to automate money and earn money while I sleep, right? And have a balanced money plan. So we can look at setting up accounts that are very conservative, and then other accounts that are more risky, or accounts that you are looking at generating more money, right? So just know that what you can achieve in 5 years can be something quite significant, building long-term wealth. So if you want to pop in the comments, I'd love to see what you are thinking about in your 90-day plan. please just share with us what you've come up with. Is there something that you really desire in your 90-day plan? I'm going to pop in mine in here as well. At least go for it.
I was going to say, can I put mine?
Yeah, put yours in, yeah.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so my 90-day plan is I am learning to manually trade. I'm jumping on the live trading calls multiple times a week. And so I really, in my 90 days, want to start building multiple trading accounts. So I have different accounts. When I see a trade that's like really good, I'll jump in and I'll put more lot sizes and really see if I can grab some profits, and then set up my other account so it's just automatically generating money while I sleep. So yes, at least 90 days, first 6-figure live trade day. Wow, that's pretty big.
You said big dreams, girl. So we got big dreams.
Well, exactly. I did interview Grace. If you haven't watched that interview, I'll share it after this presentation. But she is an incredible woman. We have some results of hers later in the presentation. She's been manually trading for 6 years, and you know, she's paid off her debts. She's paid off her house. She is now, you know, trading manually and earning good profits. And her goal is to earn 100K a day, right, on the market. So she has built up her trading account through really just manually trading. And the thing is, we'll show you the compounding effect in a second, but you'll see how this is totally possible when you have a bigger account growing over time. All right.
Cool. Oh, I love your answers.
Yay. Thank you. So in your 90-day plan, you want to achieve yes, growing your trading account. Yes. Perfect. That's great, Jody. Yeah, and absolutely. You know, you can start off with a small trading account, you know, 500. And honestly, I started with my 500 account, and, you know, on one trading call, I managed to, you know, earn $200 US dollars on a small account, right? So it is absolutely possible. You do have to be careful though, and make sure you have your risk management plan and everything in place. But absolutely, you can do that in 90 days with learning to manually trade. On an automated account, generally we say it's a 3 to 7% growth of that account. So you can calculate what you're starting with and the 3 to 7% growth average over the months to see if that's possible. Otherwise, manually trading is another way to earn more, and obviously it's a bit riskier. Okay, so yeah, let's keep going. Those are great goals. Awesome. I'll move this down here, and then we're off. Awesome. Over to you, Lise.
Okay, so the wrong system of money, like Carrie was talking about, like why we all feel lost in this continual loop of this weird circle that we keep repeating, even though we know better, you guys. Because like, I'll tell you, even when you do learn better, there's still this piece of you that's like holding on to the old piece that's like, I don't want to let it go. It was a pattern I had for so long. So what we unlock, and the ability of what Carrie and I both do, is to be able to activate income requiring you to work to earn, like that it feels wrong to rest, or that it feels wrong to stop, or that you need to like keep doing money making activities in literally until you go to bed, which is just like not the healthiest of mindsets to be having, or the healthiest sustainability habits to be creating, because that's really what wealth is to me, is habits collected that we create and repeat daily, because that is the equation. So I wanted to get rich and not be a slave to money. Oh my goodness. My desire is to earn money while I sleep and feel held. Who yes, me, please, because this feeling that most people have about money that Carrie and I keep talking about, like, it's an icky feeling. It's gross. It doesn't feel good. And the idea that you are worthy enough to be making money while you are not physically contributing to that thing is not something that we feel the most amount of comfortable about. So when we end up doing it, we end up like giving that money away or doing something else with it. So it's really important to feel that you know that you are worthy and that you're able to be making money while you're not actually physically making money, so that you can continually create that compounding effect. And I have the ability to desire that I am going to do things about my wealth that prioritize my money and learn and love to earn it. In more ways, I was like, does that make sense? In more ways that unlock more. So really at the end of the day, it's like a domino. You start with the very first domino in the mindset brick, and it hits all the other ones and tackles them. But you have to hit the first domino in order to start the sequence, because if you hit the second one, then it doesn't knock all the ones over. So we start with the first one, the ability to make money while you're sleeping, the feeling that you have of worth, and then it starts to knock all the other ones down.
Yeah, it's definitely a start, isn't it? Yeah, and I think trading is a good way for you to start that residual income and really start having money work for itself. So that is pretty key. So why are we using trading in our wealth strategy? So Elise, you want to just quickly run through this slide?
Yeah, so want to flip the strategy to have more money. So two main types of investing. We are manual traders as well as automated traders. So we will explain what that means in a second. How you can think like a six-figure earner, like we were talking about, the mindset, the mentality, it's literally everything, because you can make money. Anyone can make money, but you have to be able to keep it, direct it, design it, and protect it. And that is a seven-figure earner. That's not just someone who makes money. What you need to consider while building true wealth, and how your mindset has an impact on your building of your wealth journey, just like we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay,
awesome.
long-term strategy. This is Carrie and I's favorite slide, because obviously it shows the true ability of what you can do with a compounding calculator. Because I'll tell you, this like joke and inconsideracies that the bank give you of this 0.06% that makes you want to like laugh it off and cry at the same time is nothing compared to what you're able to do when you have the knowledge yourself. Because I think a lot of people also want to just like give their money to someone else and have it work for them. But this compounding calculator is going to show you how you have the ability to invest more with your own money. So on the chart in front of you, you're going to see that starting with an investment of $1,500, that it excels the whole way up of compounding each month to make sure that it has a little bit percent each month that it's going up continually, because you're not pulling out that money. You are getting to the point where you're maybe even adding more each month, whether it's $200, $500. And at the end, your total nest egg is $42,000. You guys, that is like conceptually blowing your mind and my mind.
Yeah. And you know, this requires commitment, and it requires a long-term vision, which is exactly why in the last slide we were saying, what's your 5-year plan? Because without the plan, you are not going to be leaving that investment sitting there. You're going to be spending it. You're going to go out. You're going to, you know, find more expenses. So in what we're doing, we're really showing you how to put some money aside, how to let it grow through investing. You know, conservatively is 3%, but it can be 3%, 7%, 15, whatever. I'm going to show you some results in a second. And then if you're just putting in 200 into the account per month, that then compounds and grows and grows. And this is like the miracle of compounding, right? This is the rich dad, poor dad, you know, concept. It is the wealthy people use this concept. And if you're not like committed enough or strategic enough to use it, you're never going to grow wealth. This is how the wealthy grow wealth. Just look at 1,500 growing to 42,000 in 5 years. Like, it's incredible. So we're going to show you how to do this through trading and just being part of the community, because we are all doing this together. And this is why it's such an amazing opportunity. So
my phone is literally blowing up with wealth alerts right now.
Yeah.
I have trade alerts like up the wazoo. Sorry.
Like right now, there's a live trading call going on, and we're like on this call because we want to share this with you, right? But we have live trading calls right now where we could be jumping on and trading like right now, because the support we have in our system is we have educated traders, you know, experienced experts who actually jump on Zoom calls for 2 hours for each session. We've got New York session, we've got London session, we've got the Asia session, and they're at, you know, 3 times during my day. And I'll actually plan my whole day around being on those 2 hours and trading with the experts so that I get the results, right? So I just want to share with you some results. So we just went through the compounding calculator. This is a group that is part of our software, Avoria Prime. There's a group of 8,000 members, and we post our results in there to share it. Now, you're welcome to jump in, join that group and check it out for yourself. Do your due diligence, see what results are in that group. You just search for AP Legacy. We are also sharing these results in our own Women in Wealth group as well. But this is Grace. I mentioned her earlier. She's a manual trader. She's been trading for 6 years. She's the woman I interviewed on the Wealth series. If you haven't watched that, you must go and watch that. But she's shared her results. Like, she was on the New York live trading session. She's never traded US 30, which is an indices. And, you know, I'm also trading the indices now because these traders do trade the indices. You generally need a bigger account, but you can also have a broker that can trade it, like smaller accounts. And so she traded in 20 minutes, and I was on this trade too. Like, I earned significant profits that day too. And we jumped in on this trade. We went through all the strategy on why we need to enter the trade, all the history, all the indicators that were showing the market trend. And we took the trade, and, you know, she shared her profits, $479 in 20 minutes. It was like crazy. But I want to share this not because we're promising profits, but to share that we are doing it. She put in a lot size of 0.05. Obviously, leverage comes into it, or how big your account is. And yeah, obviously we've got the performance compliance statement there too, that, you know, just acknowledge that past performance is not indicating future results. But I love the fact that she shared that, because it really shows that women are earning. And I'm going to move on to the next one, which is Jasmine. Now, Jasmine introduced me to investing. I saw her on social media, and I was like completely blown away by how long she's been in this business, for 2 years. She has been using the automated tools for 2 years, and now jumped into manual trading along with all of us. We've all decided to take the leap, jump off that cliff and become, you know, manual traders, as well as having our automated systems. And so she shared that she earned, so she had that 7% gain on her account. Now, this is a week before I really jumped into manual trading, and I saw this and I was like, man, this is money printing. You're printing your own money, basically. So on this trade, she did go in. You can see she went in pretty risky with like 5 lot sizes. She did obviously put a lot of her money and her risk in there, but she got rewarded with 620 and 184. So, I mean, just know that she's playing with a bigger account. I think she's got at least $10,000 in an account, and then she's leveraging that account. So know that the results really also depend on what you are investing with. If you had $1,000, it would be $62 profit, right? So we just need to be mindful of that. I'm not promising you $600 on a $500 account, right? We've got to be kind of calculating the possibility of what's realistic. And there's obviously trading disclaimers on this, but yeah, we are getting these results. Yes, we are also taking some losses because it's just the nature of trading. You can see she's taken a loss of 31, $1.40. Sometimes we do take a trade and it goes the opposite way because there are market makers in there, and often they are playing around with the markets, and obviously they're in there to make money too. But just know that I feel very confident taking trades when I have the live calls. I, at the moment, don't like trading on my own because I just don't know enough to read the charts. The software is great because it does, you can see here, the arrows. So this is arrow, which actually puts arrows on the chart when it's got enough indication that the market is going to move a certain direction. And you can see this up arrow here and how there's quite a few pips up there. So, and then the down arrow was indicating the market was, selling. So you can take trades selling and buying. So you can see here the blue, she took a buy trade and a sell trade and a buy trade and a sell trade. So you can make money any direction the foreign exchange markets are going and the indices are going. Yeah, so if you've got any questions on these results, just pop them in the comments. Let me know if you've got any other questions. Okay, otherwise we can hold on to the end and answer your questions. Cool. All right. So I just want to take you through this one, and that is, how do you build true wealth, right? It's really important that we understand that trading is a strategy and it requires a risk management plan, okay? So first we're going to have a strategy of like how much we want to earn a week, a month. A lot of our traders will say, once I hit my profit for the week, I'm out. It's like, I don't trade. So it's a good strategy because you can get greedy when you earn $600 and keep trading and then lose half of it because you're taking riskier trades. So what our educators do is they really do help you with a mindset and go, don't take this trade, it's risky. They might take it, but they're telling you, I wouldn't recommend this trade. And other times they're like, there are so many indicators that this is a good trade. Like we've got the arrow, we've got the buy signal, we've got, it's broken structure, and they're teaching us how to read the charts, and then we take the trade, right? And everyone is taking the trade with their own personal risk management plan. You decide the lot size, you decide how much you're willing to lose, what your stop loss is, and this is the strategy of investing, right? You've got to learn the structure. And then secondly, use technology, because it's going to take you years on a chart without indicators to learn when to take a trade. So use the software. That's why we pay our $199 subscription, because our software does the work for us. It sends us indicators, like Elise was saying, to our phones. Our phones ping when it's like,
you ready
time
for this?
To jump in.
Let's do it together.
Yeah.
Okay, AP go.
Yeah, so on our phones, we've got the MT4 app, and it's like, yeah, exactly, telling us a trade. Obviously, we jump on the charts and check. We're not going to take every trade, but yeah, you can trade from your phone. I have done that in the past. I generally like to trade with my computer because I like to play with my stop losses and really check the trade, right? But yeah, definitely, it's really, really key. So,
and that's it.
Awesome. Thank you. Cool. Now, yeah, so how to really truly build wealth and not lose in the markets is to have your strategy, have your risk management plan, use the technology, really think about compounding effects and not drawing down on too much money, really building that sort of ritual to add money to your accounts. Look at building multiple streams of income. So what we do is we have trading, which is, we're earning money on money. We also share the platform. Both Elise and I are independent affiliates of Avoro Prime. We are helping other women to use the software to build wealth. This is also a business of ours, and we earn, additional income by growing our teams, by educating women to use this. So just know that you can turn this into a business, or you can just decide to use the software and be a client of the software. Okay. And lastly, I want to say is, why not do what the banks are doing and profit in the market and learn their psychology? So we learn the psychology of market leaders, right? If you're on your own and you're investing, you turn into a retail investor, and that is someone who sees the market go up, you buy. You see it go down, you sell. And that is definitely not the way to build profits, because the market leaders, the market makers, actually set the market direction. And often they, if you don't know the structure of the market, you'll get into a buy on the up, and it's actually going to take you out, because they are basically taking the profits, taking the losses before they drop the other direction. So this is why we trade live with our experts, because it takes years to learn this. And why not jump into the live trading sessions, which are part of your support to trade? Okay, I can't stress this enough. Okay, so in this slide, I really want to share with you, because I see a lot of women talk about, they're in crypto and everyone's talking about crypto is the future, right? I just want to say that crypto runs up and it just drops, right? And it is, yes, maybe something that you can dabble in, but if you look at it on the pyramid of risk, it is right at the top there. So as an accountant, chartered accountant, and someone who educates women on money, oh dear, let me just plug this in a second. Why would you start with the riskiest thing to build your wealth? I, myself, think about diversification. So firstly, start off with lower risk investments. Personally, I, at the moment, don't invest, I trade, right? So I am earning profits by buying and selling within 20 minutes within the day. So I don't need to risk a stock or an investment and assuming it's going to go up or go down and risk my whole investment, right? There's a difference between trading and investing. And two, we trade in both foreign exchange and indices. Now, indices are basically a collection. So like we have, was it NAS 100, which is the tech stocks. So rather than investing in a specific stock of a company, we're investing in the indices, right? They are highly traded. The foreign exchange market is a very liquid market. It is constantly moving, and it's a great way for you to get into trading and not have all your money just sitting there, right? You can jump between indices, you can jump and trade different foreign exchange currencies. A foreign exchange currency is merely just an exchange of currency, right? So when you're changing Australian dollar to US dollar, there's that the price point. So we're just trading the price change on that currency throughout 2-hour period, right? So Elise, do you want to share your thoughts around why you choose Forex over crypto, and what are your thoughts around this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, okay, so like entrepreneurship is so big in this idea of like, oh, new shiny object, I'm going to make money and do something else. And I do truly believe that there's this ability that you need to start from the bottom and understand a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Because a lot of the mistakes that we make is maybe buying into crypto right away, maybe buying into NFTs right away, maybe even buying into Forex right away and just shoving it all in there and like praying to God it works. But that's not normally what ends up happening, because you don't have a risk management plan, because you don't know what lot size you want, because
Yeah.
you don't know how to not blow an account, and it's not your fault, but we just have to figure that out more. So instead of, like Carrie's saying, getting into something that's so crazy that maybe doesn't have the education around it, find a platform, find a community who has already invested the time, and not just in the education of the platform, but our educators are constantly updating our automated software. They're constantly updating the manual software because they care about the intention of placing the software over what we're doing. Because what Carrie's also talking about is confluence, and confluence is super important because you need to have several different indicators on how you know something's right. You know, just like in your soul, if you know something's right, it like feels good or it doesn't feel good. That's kind of like trading. You hop in when it feels good, when it looks right, when the opening is the way that you want it to be. Just like Carrie was talking about, those arrows, those are our entry arrows as well. So that's where we get in. And we like the indice market as well, is because we want so much for there to be fluctuation, you know, because when something is just stagnant or something is just sitting, then it doesn't really help us either. Because like Carrie's saying, we use the market to trade on the option of what the dollar is going to be. So if there's no fluctuation, then we're just sitting there staring at the market.
Yeah. And that's why we have certain times we trade, right? When the market's open, in the New York session, London session, there's specific times we trade when there's more activity. Yeah.
Love it.
All right, let's talk about what investor style you are. So think about, are you, and I'd love you to type in the comments, because this is important. This is, and you can move from one to the other throughout your journey, right? Most people may start with style A and move to style type C eventually. It really depends on you. And like I said, what are your 90-day goals? What are your five-year goals? Why are you getting into investing? So type A, are you a busy, successful coach or expert who's full-time in doing what they're doing and just want to put their excess money into a smart investment? And all they want to do is set up an automated system and basically just check in with it 30 minutes a week, okay? Or are you type B? Are you an inquisitive, active learner? And this is where you are like really looking at up-leveling your money mindset, looking at building wealth. And so you're going to use the automated software, but you're also going to dive into the education, immerse yourself in learning, you know, how to best use the software. You're probably investing 2 hours a week, being on our calls, being in our community, and really like up-leveling. And I'm going to tell you, when you do that, all areas of your life start changing, because you are like educating yourself in money. This is stuff that's not taught to us, and it's available to you within this community, right? You can jump on the calls. You can jump on how we trade. You can listen to the market insights. You can have access to all this education. We have an online academy that takes you through all the trading and the mindset and risk management plans and how to use the software. Like, you can become a student, and it's all there for you. And then you can progress to type C, or you might just want to jump in as type C. It's up to you. Are you an active part-time millionaire, right? And I'm saying this a little tongue-in-cheek right now because, yes, to start off, trading's a side hustle, right? You got to really look at it being a side hustle. And then, like Grace, now that she's built up a significant account over compounding effect, now she's switching into it being more of a full-time income stream for her. But just know that, you know, it's very likely that you could, over time, build a part-time business where you're manually trading on those, you know, certain times. You're investing time to actively trade the markets, be aware of what's happening, jump in the live trading rooms, and, you know, probably have multiple accounts by this stage, both diversifying your trading and allowing you to build wealth while you sleep and use the tools to the best of their ability. And probably at this time, you've probably got 2 or 3 software running at the same time. So like I said, we have our automated software. We've got different software for manually trading, and you can have multiple software running different accounts. Okay. So which one are you? Pop in the comments which one you are. I'd love to see. Yeah, type C, legs. Woo. Awesome. Yes, I think when I started, I was a business successful coach who just wanted to earn money passively. As I've moved into the inquisitive active learner and seen the results, I've been like, I have to learn manual trading, right? It's
Agreed.
too good. It's too good an education and the support and the opportunity to give up. So I have actually changed my goals in my life, my business, organized things so I can be on the live trading calls at 11 o'clock at night. 2 nights a week I do that. I'm on the live trading calls at 3 or 4 p.m. in Australia because that's when, there's the Asian session on. So I've changed my lifestyle so that I can be more active in the manual trading space. All right. Awesome. Annalise, sorry, did you want to add anything else to that one? That's good. Okay. Go for it. So we've got investor psychology.
Yes. Okay. So investor psychology. So I know that we've been talking about how mindset is super important, but when it comes to trading, it's even more important. I did not realize in talking to all these different manual traders how much emotion comes into play when you're trading, when you're talking about money, when you're figuring out your lot size, and you can't let any of that come into play, because once that starts to take over you're out. Like, you might as well not be trading because you're not going to have the same ability that you would if you were disattached. So investor psychology, how your mindset has an impact on your wealth building journey, because it is a journey. It isn't an overnight success. It's not an overnight $1 million. It is a goal planned orientation, but it's worth it because you start to sequence those things. And like Carrie was talking about, if not, you'd probably spend it on a bunch of other things. And it's not that that's wrong, but that genuinely we're only human. So when we don't have a place to already put that money or have a designated idea, then it's just going to go quick. So mistake number 1, we are unaware of how our emotions affect our investing. So double down or sell it off without following your rules. You guys, one of our traders, his name is Nate Williams. He's an incredible designer, educator, person, human being. He has taken a test 7 times and failed because of the fact of his risk management not being what it should be when he's trying to do something big. So Nate trades on a lot of calls with us, but he also trades on some calls by himself. And he always says that he has better risk management when we are around, because there's always going to be a moment, you guys, that like that little piece of you that after you lost one trade is going to be like, just hop back in, just do it one more time.
Yeah. And you just start. Yeah.
And then you lose the cycle, like Carrie was saying, and that $600 that you gained, that you won in 20 minutes, all of a sudden is now gone in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So regretting your trading decisions because you were impulsive. I am realizing how much patience comes into play when you're looking at a chart, because it's not about getting into every entry. It's not about getting in right when the bell rings. It's not about taking something that looks good. It's about really knowing that that setup is going to bring you on a vertical incline of more pips, which is really just sharing with you that you're making more money no matter whether it's going up or whether it's going down. And the last being avoidance or procrastination. I have seen so many people, you guys, so many, do all their automation, figure out what settings they want, and then all of a sudden they go live and they change one setting. And they didn't double test it, they didn't track it, and all of a sudden their account's blown. When we procrastinate education, when we choose to avoid to look at the rules that we should be playing by, it is so quick and easy, you guys, to lose it. And it happens. But this is why the psychology aspect of it and the emotional aspect of it is so big. So we are also very big at coaching you to be able to be emotionally mastered so that you can continue to make more money.
Exactly. Because like there's so much, yeah, or at least like we've experienced it for ourselves. I've experienced earning, 300 and then got that sort of like hype going, oh my God, I could stop trading right now. I'd be so going to bed knowing I've just like, wow, in 20 minutes earned $300. But I kept trading, right? I was like, maybe if I just enter the next one, I can double it. Maybe, and then got a loss. And I was like, damn it, I should have just stopped. So this is where the psychology is in play. You'll see the traders when they earn the profits and they take one big trade, they're like, all right, guys, we're out. We've earned our profits. Good night. And they'll stop the call because they are teaching you about, if you've hit your profits for the day or the week, then there's no more trading that needs to happen. And this is where having that real clear plan and being very strategic and not being in that sort of hype where you're just impulsive, that a lot of the traders are very calm. I love it because I'm already quite nervous when I'm thinking about trading. And the thing is, we set you up on a demo account. So I've been using a demo account for the last month, and I also have my live account. So when I feel it's a good trade and I'm okay to take the trade, I'll switch to my live account. But otherwise, I'm in the learning mode. I'm on the demo account. I'm playing with the risk. I'm taking some trades, seeing what happens, because I know I'm learning by doing. So just know this avoidance and procrastination doesn't need to happen because you can still jump in trades on a demo account. You're not trading your own money, but you're actively learning. Okay. So just get in. Like I said before, you can absolutely start with a small investment and build it over time too. Awesome. So what are the ways to go about it? So we're going to share with you. Okay, so now we're talking about trading. At least just run through these ones.
Yeah. So ways to make profit in these markets, really important to know. So you can learn how to trade manually, one option, which people say that there is like a trading tuition that normally pays about $10,000 to be able to figure out how to trade by yourself. You can take signals, which normally costs about several $1,000s if you're taking a good signal from another trader. You can buy courses, which is normally about like $6,000 and up, because if you're really getting a worthwhile course, then someone's really going to be there with you, but it's never one-on-one, you guys. It's never like this.
Active.
And then you can also pay for you can pay a financial advisor who's never going to give you as good of returns as you'd be able to get you, because think about how much more you care about your money and how much more you would make of an impact with it. And then there's the best option, which is leveraging our trading marketplace to do all of these.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't like the thought of giving my money to someone else. And, the skill set of learning it yourself is invaluable. It's going to pay over and over and over. So it's worth the time investing to learn. And I'll just let you know that some of my close friends, the women who like run businesses, build amazing coaching themselves, they are super impressed that I have talked about trading, started automated trading, now I'm manually trading, I'm sharing my results. Like, women are inspired by you, by taking this on and learning it. And I can tell you, you're going to be a magnet for others who are looking for opportunities. So both Elise and I are, yes, we are doing this for ourselves, but we are sharing this with you because we want to create this movement of women owning their money, right? And this is why we are running this event and teaching you the psychology, the other areas, and not just getting you in to software without knowing it's right for you, right? So we've talked about a lot of this already, like why we trade foreign exchange and indices. We don't trade the stock market and we don't trade crypto, right? We do have crypto software that's in the process of being tested. And, we've got multiple crypto software being looked and all that process being done. But just know that we'll be in the future, but we'll just, get in with us, test out the foreign exchange market, because I can tell you that it's a good base. And then you can always add on the strategy later. So we're going to jump into what our platforms look like. So firstly, the why. Like I love, Simon Sinek, and he's always talking about the why, which is why we started this whole presentation about the why, right? Now, this is the what. This is like, okay, what do we do? So we have software that we can access. We have a choice of different types of software, and we can switch software weekly, right? So if you make one choice and you're like not liking it and you decide to switch your trading style from automated to manual, you can in a week switch software. Okay. We also have our funds in our own broker account, so we don't hand money over to anyone. There's no one running away with your money. There is no like random profits being taken out of your profits or anything. You have full control over your money and your risk, in how you place the trades and what you set with the software. And the software is called an expert advisor because it advises you on indicators. It uses indicators. It advises you when to take trades. It can also automate trades for you and enter and exit trades for you, which is what the automated software does. Plus, along with all that trading stuff, you have, like we've mentioned, the live trading, the education, the developer calls, our global community, and a money back guarantee, right? So really, for me, I didn't really need too much more than just get started. It's a subscription. Really
the only subscription that pays me, Carrie.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. All right. So this is what it looks like. So I'm just summarizing 2 of the ones that I've used and Elise is using. So we've got Gearbox, which is our automated software, or we've got Aero, which is for the manual software, right? And these are fully automated EAs. They work in the background with their own scripts and work out what the market's doing and start giving you indicators on the chart. So they actually draw up the chart. You can see here on the computer, there's like the liquidity bands, there's arrows, there's, the green light, that's red light, green light on there, and arrow on that chart there. So how to get started? You basically are just, Elise, do you want to share how to get started?
Yeah, so it is very, very simple, you guys. Like we do not overcomplicate this because it really is straightforward. And the reason that the passes are the way they are is because we are accessing a platform that not very many people get access to. And this is a very new thing that has been recent to retail traders and so on, and that's why it's happening now. But so our most popular pass is the Silver Pass. It is $199 a month with a $80 one-time setup fee for just the first session. But it is so worth it, you guys, to be able to have 2 tools to be able to choose from, whether it's a demo account, whether it's automation and manual, whatever it is you so choose. And then you can go up from there. There are other passes beyond that.
Yeah, so you can choose 2 of the software. So like this slide is going to go through the manual trading. So we've got Aero, we've got red light, green lights. So you can have both of those tools together, like I showed you on this chart before, where it's got the arrows and it's got that little green box. It's telling you the red light, green lights on there. It'll pop on with a B on S when it's basically time to jump in. And then you've got market makers trends. So yeah, there's many ways you can choose. And then we're going to move to the automated platform. So yeah, at least you shared that you've got Flash, you've got indicators of Flash. I've used Gearbox. Gearbox is great too because you can choose your currencies, you can choose your risk rating and just push auto trading and it trades for you, right? So that's great. So Gearbox, or you can choose Flash. They do slightly different things. And when you sign up, we will ask you about, your preferences, what your trading style is, and help you choose the right platform for you. So don't stress about that. Okay, so how to get started is really easy. You just start and earn while you learn, basically. We've got online live calls. We've got the training on the academy. You choose your Silver Pass. and just choose your software. We'll set you up with a demo account. So we get a broker set up and set you up with a demo account. We'll generally set you up with an amount that you think you'll be trading with so that you can test it out. So if you want to start with 500 or 1,000 or 5,000, we can choose the amount for your demo account and you can play with that to learn. And then we support you on every step of the journey. So if you sign up, both Lisa and I will support you on the onboarding process and get you set up and check in with you and make sure everything's working. And you've also got our online support team and yeah, the whole team. So we're just at the point now where I'm going to just quickly show you through the roadmap. So like I said, again, I love pictures. It's really easy. So you choose your pass, we set up your demo account, we set up your MT4 on your phone. So you get those like notifications and you can always check your phone and see what's happening with your account. You can run your like profit results for the day. And then we connect you with the community. So we have Telegram chats and things that we are hooked in with each other, and the online academy. Cool. So I'm going to say thank you for joining us. I'm just going to stop recording.